Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my wonderful YouTube channel where we kind of race sometimes here and there. And yeah, today is go-karting. It's the autocross. The last video I'm pretty sure was autocross. If I did my editing properly and my scheduling properly, should have been my first event at PATA. Anyways, we have another event tomorrow, but we're gonna get to that maybe a little later, or might not at all, because today is go-karting and that's what we're here to do. We're here back at GoodWood Kartways to get back into our C.R.K.C racing season-ish thing. I believe today is race number 5. I could double check. But I'm pretty sure it's race number 5. I believe today we have a little bit of a change up again with the track. It might be the chicane, where basically on the main straight, instead of going all the way down, right before turn 1, I guess you would call it, there's a little bit of chicane to turn around and then you go into turn 1. So technically, I think the chicane is technically turn 1, 2, and then I think turn 1 is technically turn 3. I'm not really sure how chicanes are numbered. I don't know if they're technically like numbered like 1A and 1B. I'm not sure if that's how they work. I'm not really that good at racing or turn numbers yet. That's something I still have to learn on. But anyways, today we are back here again. We're coming off 4 great races or finishes, as you like to say. I want to like just say something quickly that this season isn't me trying to like go for like points or anything. I've said this many times I think before. Like I said, I wanted to make top 25, but it's not like I need to do that. I think this season is another year where I just want to keep learning and improving on my racecraft. Yes, I'm doing quite well, I'd say, for my second season here at go-karting, but the plan isn't to actually just start walking around like I'm, you know, slinging my thing around. You know, I'm not that good yet. I think I'm a pretty competent driver, but I'm not like a superstar yet. So today, so I don't want to, you know, put my, you know, I know it's, you know, aim for the stars, or if you shoot for the moon, you land the stars, something like that is saying. But you know, I do want to do well, but you know, I'm not here thinking, yeah, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna come finish first. I know the competition is very strong here, especially on Saturdays with the guy that I race every week, Joey, and then we have a new guy who just came up from the what do you call it, the younger ranks, who really won his class, not his class, like he won his age group pretty much, and he's in our group now. So he's a 18-year-old kid or 19-year-old kid who weighs less than me and has better sharpness and stuff like that. So it's kind of crazy. Like I have to go up against guys like that, which is kind of funny that I'm only 25 and I'm worried about 18-year-olds. It's kind of odd, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm not trying to be too crazy here. I'm not trying to get too overconfident because I know it's a long season and I need to get my wits about myself. I need to calm down. I'm not the greatest driver yet. I need to improve, and if something were to happen, you know, knock on wood. I think I did this last week again, but you know, knock on wood. Hopefully nothing happens, but hopefully we do finish well again today. But yeah, I've been talking for a little bit too much, and that's not what you guys are here. You guys are here to see me race, and let's go do that. Let's jump into practice. I'm probably not gonna put my suit on yet because it's really hot right now, and I think I have about 20 or 30 minutes until we start even maybe practice. So yeah, I'm gonna wait a bit. I'm gonna chill out, drink some water, maybe eat a banana, and then yeah, see you guys in practice. Alright, so let's jump into practice numero uno. Now, I haven't done this in a while, so forgive me for my commentary. At the beginning here, we had a little bit of a trouble getting dressed for the practice. They called us out, and I was still getting dressed as they were letting us go. And since I was the second person out, I had to kind of like quickly throw my glove on and get on the race. And as you can see, even after the little warm-up lap, I was still trying to mess around and get my glove on, so I was having a tough time trying to pass the guy in front of me. Now, with the warm-up, I was able to catch the guy in front of me. I wasn't really braking much in the practices or at all during the day. I was kind of able to get turn 4 and stuff like that without braking, which was kind of crazy. It's also kind of scary because I remember the first time I did turn 1 without braking, going full throttle. I was like, holy crap, this is freaking insane, right? And now I go around turn 1 without braking, without even blinking, without even breaking a sweat, being like, of course you can go around turn 1 without braking or lifting. Like that's just normal. That's just, you know, regular scheduled maintenance. You know what I mean? But yeah, doing turn 4 without braking, just kind of getting a little bit of lift and turning in. I noticed that you can only do that sometimes, depending on the condition of the track. Also, talking to other people, a lot of people seem to like to brake a little bit for turn 4. I guess it really depends on your driving style and how you're able to do it. I've noticed I've gone actually faster when I brake, so I think me not braking for turn 4 might be the wrong decision, unless it's like very hot outside, because sometimes when it's really warm outside, or if we get the track guys, so there's guys that come with like pretty professional-ish styled go-karts with like really sticky tires and stuff like that. They're able to lay a lot of rubber down the track, so when you go out for practice and stuff like that, you can really put some lap times. I've talked to some people that they're able to get like mid 36s when they come out and it's still a warm day, so that's actually pretty insane in karts like these, so that's pretty cool as well. But on other news, while we finish up practice 1, we're going to jump into practice 2 actually. Little thing here quickly as I was coming off, we get them off course here, and then as I was jumping into for practice number 2, I was kind of looking at the cart, and I kind of noticed the little tube over here kind of dangling. I was kind of like, oh, is this right? And I turned on to my buddy Kunal. By the way, shout out Kunal, I was going there. You're in my video, it's kind of cool. I was asking if his was like that too. He goes, yeah man, you're good, just a breather. So it actually should be like that. So little me not knowing much about anything, realized it actually should be like that. So the fuel can actually breathe. That's coming out of the little fuel tank between our legs. But interesting thing that happened this week, or last week I should say, I don't have a phone actually. Simply, I ran it over with a roller. So I do paving for a living, more or less. I don't know how I do paving. I haven't done it for very long. It's only been a couple months, but we have a thing called a roller that you essentially roll the gravel and or roll the asphalt with. I'm not a professional yet, so if anyone here that actually paves, just trying to correct me here, please don't. I don't know too much yet, but as I was unloading it for the first job of the day, it was like 6:50 in the morning, just unloading the roller, stuff like that. My phone slipped out of my pocket, and I happened to slide, or I happened to crush my phone completely. Unfortunately, I can't actually put a photo of what happened here, which kind of sucks, but just imagine, just search up crushed iPhone. I'm sure you can find a pretty prominent photo of what actually happened. So it's actually been kind of weird not having a phone for a couple days. I have my dad's old iPhone, but the problem, I'm having troubles with like the iCloud and stuff like that, of signing him out and signing my account in. It's kind of giving me a headache. iPhones are kind of annoying. I think I might switch to Android, but that's kind of a different thing. But yeah, we're finishing up practice 2 right here. Nothing much crazy happened. I was able to do a couple laps without braking, which was pretty insane. I was pretty happy about that. I tried using that formula for the rest of the race, or for the rest of the day, and it kind of worked out pretty well for me. But I guess that's something you'll have to see what happens from there, and yeah, we'll just go from here. Oh brother, so that's practices number 1 and 2. Now I think there's not very many people here. I didn't mention that before, but there's not very many people here. So I think we're actually going to get a 3rd practice session. But besides that, let's talk about practice 1 and 2. Practice 1 and 2 went pretty much the same way as they kind of went the same way. There's a ton of grip out there. I'm not braking for turn 1 or any of the turns actually, which is kind of insane to say that. I'm scrubbing a little bit too much speed. I think I can go a little bit quicker if I don't try to flick it as much. Like I'm kind of not trying to drift it, but I'm kind of giving it a little bit too much in the corners. So I think if I can kind of just make it a little bit more smoother, I think I can go a little bit quicker. Problem is, I have the race monitor app, but I'm not sure what session I am, so I don't know which one I am. So the fastest 57 kart I found went a 38.3 or something like that. I don't know if that's my time, so I'm not gonna put it up here, but it's a 38 point, no, so not 37, it's like a 38.3 or something like that. So that's not nowhere, that's kind of quick-ish for me, but I think I can definitely go quicker. I don't know if braking is gonna be faster or not. The problem, it kind of sucks without having the thing in front of you, but oh well. But there is a ton of grip out there. I feel crazy out there. It feels absolutely outstanding. I'm catching everybody. Everyone's like kind of like running, and no one can really stay behind me as well. My buddy followed me the 2nd session, and another guy wanted to follow me in the 1st session. So we'll see how that goes. I'm feeling really good. I don't know what else to really say. I'm kind of nervous about everything because everything's kind of going too well. The seats, I don't know, like again, we're gonna go back over here to my good old friend Fence. We're gonna knock on some wood here and say that hopefully the seat situation stays the same, because so far the seats haven't been moving, which is really good. Again, not to want to, you know, get that there. Anyways, but yeah, feeling good. Cart's feeling great. Should point the camera in my face, not in my chin, because that's not really cool. But yes, everything's feeling great. It's really hot outside. It's probably close, like, it feels like probably close to 32 degrees, so that's kind of tough. But ton of grip out there, which is great. It's good because we're only in the cart for about 3 or 4 laps, maybe 5 laps in the practice, and the race will probably be 7 or 8 laps. But I think I can man it out for 7 or 8 laps. Maybe if I crack the helmet just a little bit, just a tiny bit, so some air can get in, I'll probably be okay. But yeah, I was talking to Joey, the guy who always wins, really fast driver. Kind of like, I don't want to say my mentor, that's like the wrong thing to say, but he's very quick, teaches me a lot of stuff. Me and him are kind of like looking like we're gonna go 1-2. Like obviously he's gonna podium, and not podium, but he's gonna pull. Looks like I'm gonna go second. But then again, we don't know. We don't know how it's gonna go because we haven't done qualifying yet. I could qualify 8th. Who knows? So we're not gonna say anything. But I was talking to him, and he feels really confident that I'll probably stay in second. So that's actually really good to know. It really encourages me to keep going. But yeah, I've been talking for a lot. I keep saying that, but yeah, we've been talking for quite a bit. Feeling great today. Let's get out to practice 3 and or qualifying. I think it's practice 3, but we'll see. Anyways, see you guys in a bit. Alright, so here we are, practice number 3. Now, I'm just going to do a quick speed run of the first couple laps because nothing really happened. It was just me doing pretty much the same thing as practices number 1 and 2, just filling out the cart, feeling good, some better lines, worse lines, driving like crap for the most part, but, you know, just me filling it out. And I was mainly just trying to chase the guy in front of me. I was like, well, he was pretty quick. He was able to keep somewhat of a gap even with the release rate that they leave us at. They kind of let you out for a little bit, and then let the next guy go, just so there's a little bit of a gap so you don't catch each other right away. So my goal for the most part every time I get into practice is to try to see if I can catch the person ahead of me, especially when it's like the last practice of the day. I'm like, well, this is the fastest I'll be, or this is the most prepared I can be, so let's see if I can catch him. So I was actually not able to catch him until very last lap. So the very last lap I was able to be right on his butt right at the beginning of the lap, and part of me was like, should I make a move? I don't want to do anything dumb and like hit him and hurt him, especially in practice. Like, who cares? Just practice. But mainly here, I'm just trying to get some practice for, you know, wheel to wheel, just trying to see if I can do anything, pull any move off, and I'm getting pretty close to him. Turn 4, I was able to get really right up close to him with a nice move, and coming into turn, I think that's 7, I was able to get on the inside of him and do a little bit of a move right before 7, A, and B, so I was turn 6 actually. But yeah, so I was able to get a little bit of a move there, and I was pretty happy with myself with that little bit of move, get a little bit of practice, showing myself that I can make a move if I really need to, in, you know, in a race. I can make a proper move, and I can get people nervous. That's what you kind of want to get, is to get people nervous while you're going out there. Now, here we are in qualifying, and another issue I have is I don't know all the qualifying laps, and I'm not sure which one is my quickest lap. So right out of the gate, I'm going to tell you, I think I ran a 38.1, which is pretty crazy that when you find out where I qualify later on, I'll tell you guys right at the end of the qualifying session, it wasn't that quick enough of a lap. It wasn't quick enough to really put me in proper placing for the laps, which is kind of a disappointment. But you can see from my lines just coming through here, especially in turn 5 right there, I was way completely off the apex. Turn 6 I was doing okay, still a little bit off. The problem is, for turn 6, what I've noticed is I do either sometimes I get too close where I'm actually riding the curb, or I'm like completely off the apex, which is kind of annoying. That turn and turn 5 I think I need to work on the most. Here I am doing my little stupid little tuck to see if I can gain like 1,000th of a second on my lap times, because that's probably all it pretty much does in these karts here that have little power, but it's okay. Turn 4 there, I actually kind of like the way I did it. I think I didn't lose too much time, but to see turn 5 here, I get a little bit too much of oversteer, and these karts, you really shouldn't be turning that much. You really should be using like just very almost nothing turning. Turn 6 there I did alright. Turn 7 I really am starting to grow to love this corner here, 7, A, and B, because if you hit it just right, you kind of do a power or a power slide or an inertia drift kind of thing, and if you get it right, it feels really, really good. So that turn I've been slowly, turn 4 and turn 7 A, B, or whatever you want to call it, that little S is the thing there, is starting to become my favorite turns of the track, at least in the standard formation. In reverse, I'm not too fan of reverse just yet. I don't think I have races yet in reverse. I'm confused. I'm not sure if I posted any races in reverse. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I'm really dumbing up this whole situation. But yeah, reverse I'm not too much of a fan of yet. Maybe just because I'm not as quick. But I'm doing pretty well in reverse. You'll find out soon, because I know I have a lot of reverse layout races coming up. But yeah, I'm really enjoying those. I'm really enjoying standard, but for the most part, maybe just because I've done it so much, so often. It's kind of like if any of you played hockey, a lot of people can cross over to their left a lot easier than they can to the right, just because of how community skating and stuff like that always went. Usually you always go to the left, and it just, I guess it also depends on what hand you are, but I don't think that really has to do with it. But I've always been able to cross over to my left a little better. I guess going in this direction, I'm a lot better going in this direction because I have more practice. But that's pretty much practice or qualifying done right there and then. I actually end up qualifying 5th, so not the best show out, but we'll see how that takes us. All right, so we just finished qualifying. I can't find my hat. I think I left it over there beside the fence, but whatever, we'll get over that. So we just finished qualifying. Today is the first day this season that I do not qualify in the top 3. I actually qualified 5th today with 38.1, which in reality isn't a too bad time for me, but I don't want to start making complaints. But the cart I had, the brakes didn't work till like all the way to the end, and the cart I got, the throttle was snapped before I got into it. So they kind of made like a jerry-rig fix before I got into the car, so the car isn't actually performing till its fullest, so it's kind of unfortunate. So I'm gonna just try to fight my way into 3rd, see if I can get there. If not, I guess we'll take 5th. I guess we'll take it, but I'm not gonna let that take me down. We're gonna try our best to get out there and do better, because during the practice, I felt really good today. I felt like I was going really quick, and in qualifying, I did not feel quick whatsoever. Also due to the fact that in qualifying my seat slid back and I lost all balance and stuff like that, so that was kind of odd. But it's kind of unfortunate. We'll see how we do. It'll be my first day that I don't make podium, which is kind of unfortunate, but we'll see how it goes. Don't want to make complaints, but let's try to make the best of it. We won't just complain. We'll see what we can do. Alright, so usually this is the point of the video where we get into the actual racing part of the video, but as you can see, we're in my garage and we're not at GoodWood. So I kind of made an oopsies, and we're gonna have to talk about a little bit what happened and why I don't have my footage, and then we'll get into actually what happened to the race and what happened. It's kind of a cool race, but we'll get into that in a second. So what happened? Basically, I have an older GoPro. I think it's a GoPro Hero 3. I'm not exactly sure what model it is. It's really old. Like, you can't take the camera out of the case or anything. Yeah, it's kind of old. I kind of beat the crap out of it after a couple of years with either GoPro, go-karting, racing, a couple of other shenanigans I've done. I've actually used it to record a lot of the videos for my SC400, which I don't know if I'm gonna keep on the channel anymore because they're kind of weird and they serve really no purpose on my channel anymore. But that's a different time and different place to worry about that. Anyways, I clicked the record button when it was actually on my helmet. Usually what I do is I have the helmet in my hand, I click it, make sure that's recording, and then I throw it on, and then I go out for my laps. Either it's practice, qualifying, or the actual race. That's kind of usually how I do it. I really like autocross a little bit better because I can click it, look in my mirror, and see if it's on, and then I'm pretty much okay to go from there. But yeah, go-karting is a little bit different, but it should be a little bit easier. I did get a new GoPro, but you won't see that till race 10. So what happened with the camera? So essentially, since it's an older camera, I have to click it 2 or 3 times sometimes for it to actually start recording. But I guess I didn't hit it enough, or I didn't hit it properly, and it didn't record the race whatsoever. I thought I recorded it, and I was really excited because it was actually a pretty fun race, but it didn't get recorded, so I don't have any footage, unfortunately. Now, to get into the actual racing part of the video. So what happened was I qualified 5th, as you guys remember from like literally maybe like 2 minutes ago, me talking about it. Qualified 2nd, what am I saying? Qualified 5th, and the race was going okay. So we get off the line, or the rolling start, go through turns 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually did pretty well. I was able to stay with the pack somewhat, some way, but I kind of fell back just a little bit maybe. And then turn 5, there was kind of a big like a commotion that happened, a little bit of smoke in the air, stuff like that. And I wasn't actually able to go on the inside, so I was like, oh, I'll go on the outside. Maybe I can get away with something, just a little bit of a move, maybe pass one person. Because again, I was in 5th place. I did want to make some positions back and like possibly get on the podium again, because I really want to keep the streak going and see what I can do this season. Unfortunately, going on the outside, someone popped out of the smoke, and I had to jump out into the grass of turn 5. If you know, it's kind of like the big tight hairpin-ish kind of thing. So I was on the grass, and that actually ended up putting me into last place, which kind of demotivated me. But I kind of like had to tell myself, like, no, like, we're not doing this. Like, we're gonna get back on the podium. We're gonna figure it out. We can do it. We're faster than these people. Well, at least I think I'm faster than them. I qualified 5th, so I guess I'm not faster. But I was like, I can do it. I have good race pace. But something I like about myself right now is I have pretty good race pace. My qualifying pace is okay sometimes, but usually my race pace is usually better than, I'd say, 80% of the field when I go out. And unless I'm being cocky, that's just me. Like, I think I'm able to stay with people a little bit better during the race. It's kind of weird. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but I kind of see that with myself quite a bit. Anyways, what happened? So after I got out of the smoke, I fell off track. I was able to pass, I think, 2 people the first lap, like by the end of the first lap, because they were kind of slower. I was able to pass them. And then for a couple laps, I was fighting between, I guess it would be from 5th. Actually, no, I don't think I passed anybody. I can't really remember. It was quite a while ago. I really should be recording these like right after the event happened, so it's fresh in my mind. But I didn't, so I don't really know remember exactly how it worked. All I remember is that I was fighting people for quite a bit until I got back to the 4th place. After I passed 4th place, I was actually able to catch up back into 3rd, back to the 3rd place guy, was where I spent 2 or 3 more laps. So I kind of dealt with a couple of laps going from like 8th to like 5th. and I kind of dealt with a couple more laps from 5th to 4th. So I managed 4th place, and I was actually able to catch 3rd, who kind of made a big dash. I've raced her a couple times. She's quite quick, so she was able to capitalize on the situation pretty well. I'm not sure if she qualified behind me or in front of me. I can't really remember, but she was able to capitalize from the situation like perfectly. But I am quicker than her. I may have not qualified better than her, but I know I am quicker than her. So I was kind of on her butt for when I was in 3rd place. I was on her butt for like the rest of the race. She did make a slight mistake going into turn 5, where she kind of made a little bit of a correction. But since I was so close to her, I kind of hit her, and then it kind of helped her straighten out actually, and she kind of ran away with it. I wasn't able to catch her up after. So that's pretty much how the race ended. I don't want to ramble on a little bit too long, but yeah, I ended up in 3rd, which is kind of crazy because I actually started 5th and went from 5th to 8th and then to 3rd, which is kind of insane. Just finishing from 5th to 3rd is a win for me, but from what the situation happened, I'm pretty happy with it. I wish I had them recording because it was kind of a fun race, and it was kind of insane kind of how things happened. But I am really happy with the race. I kind of lost my shit a little bit. I kind of referred myself to Sergio Perez about how that he fell back into last place and ended up winning the Grand Prix that year. I forgot what race it was exactly. I think it was 2 seasons ago when he was actually at Racing Point. So I kind of referred myself to him for a little bit. I was like, oh, there's a little bit of Mexican in me, but we'll get into we'll talk about that another time. But honestly, the next race is kind of even crazier, and I do have that recorded for sure. I know that for a fact. It's on my computer. I saw the footage. So we'll see that in next week's video for the Raw, and then you'll see in 2 weeks for my vlog. I hope I don't ramble on too much. I hope this video is good. I've tried doing this like 5 or 6 times just because I'm not good talking to the camera when I have like a set thing to talk about. I'm able to kind of just ramble when it's like random stuff of the day. But anyways, that's kind of what happened, and let's jump into the award ceremony.